Hello, everyone. This is John from OOB Games and Hobby, and today we're going to be going over the event and web pages for Board Game and Miniature Swap Meeting and Trade number 13 at the Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington on December 22nd, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. As you may or may not know, we are a board game and miniature swap meeting that's been happening for the past 3 years locally. We have moved a couple of times, but right now we are happy with our home in Everett, Washington at the arena. And basically, a whole bunch of us get together, buy, sell, and trade everything that's game, toy, sci fi related, Magic the Gathering, you name it, it'll be at our shows. It's kind of like a miniature Toys R Us with a whole bunch more stuff. Um, we are free for the general public to come in. I do charge $50 for tables and $25 for tables, which are $25 for 4 feet. We have a raffle each time. We do about $200 in raffle prizes, wholesale, and then basically anybody with a table can give us anything else that we'll throw into it. Usually the candy girl comes in and she gives us stuff to give away. We also have free miniature painting. This is provided by Big Mini Studio. These guys have come in for the past couple of shows and set up shop. Have been really friendly about teaching people the basics of painting, providing a miniature, the paints and the brushes for you to do so. All you have to simply do is come down, grab a miniature, get some tips from them, paint away, and then bring that miniature home with you. That's on us. As I've already stated, we sell tables. We do not really have tables for general traders. You do have to walk around with your stuff and ask the individual tables or other people attending. Um, what usually happens if you provide space, the first two or three traders will sit there all day long, and then at that point, they should have just been buying a spot. So you are welcome to come down and give it your best shot. If you come with Monopoly, well, you may or may not get a trade, but come come give it a try. You should be able to walk away with a trade. I would say 75 to 85% of the people that come looking for a trade do make one before they leave. Raffle, again, we have $200 in prizes for the raffle at wholesale. I do allow anyone to, pitch in, of course. These shows are pretty expensive, so I just can't incur all the fees involved all by myself. Free miniature painting, as I said, Big Miniature Studios will be taking care of that, so thank you guys. Demos. For Christmas, we are going to pass up on the demos like we did last year. It's really cool to have demos, but at Christmas time, we could get a lot more vendors in, and those tables are technically another $500 for me, and those guys get a break. So you will not be seeing demos at this event, but they will return in spring. Contest. We have a painting contest this time. Normally, what we're going to try to stick to is 2 painting contests a year and 2 manufacturing contests a year, where one was what could you do with the sprues that are left over when you cut your Warhammer miniatures off the frame. The one in the spring should be a cardboard building contest. Anything you want to make out of cardboard, you bring it in. That's your entry, and we'll go over more painting contest stuff in another video I'll try to get done tonight. Each and every show we have about 20 to 30 local businesses that show up. 3 of them I specifically want to give a shout out to. Attention Span Games, a local distributor. The Caffeinated Artists, which they're into 3D printing and they've been a joy. They've helped me out with some flyers and I really like having them come to the shows, and they do provide some great gifts. Ink Gasket, these guys are relatively new to our show, and their artistry is just awesome. I'm really waiting for a comic book to come out on these guys, and hopefully get them to do our logo in the future because we do need shirts. And you can see we have Art Spot and I believe Edmund Zulu, Stonehouse Miniatures, Big Dwarf Games, who has been with us a fantastically long time, and I can't thank them enough. Nomad, a personal favorite of mine. Let's see, we have Forged from Cardboard, Snapping Turtle Comics, Dragon Workshop, another 3D printer who's been doing fantastic, huge ships and other great little miniatures. I highly suggest you look at them when you show up. Authors for Authors, Unlock the Con, X'd Out Eyes. These guys are new to us. I can't wait to see what that's all about. Fun Usual Suspects. This is a girl that is in my building, and she does polymer clay figures along with stickers, coloring books, and I believe she has her own book for how to create these creations from polymer clay. And it's just fantastic stuff. It's a little more on the girly side, but it's very cute and will make great gifts for Christmas. You can also see that we have pictures from past events, people selling their stuff. As you can see, we always have terrain and many board games, tons of used and new miniatures. Uh, Somebody was playing Warhammer at one of Dungeons and Dragons old modules. I don't believe our biggest seller of Dungeons and Dragons modules will be there this time, but you'll still find hundreds of D&D books here. Matt Downer usually brings some really good vintage games, and as you can see, yep, just lots more pictures, Funkos and Legos and happy customers and whatnot. Now we're gonna skip over to the Facebook page. Okay, the Facebook event page, what I specifically wanted to point out was this discussion tab. See, if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see what's a discussion tab here. And I want you to click on that, and this will bring up all the postings that our guys are gonna bring, stuff that they're selling, stuff that they're looking for, the table chart right here. Here's one. Looks like she's selling Christmas ornaments and 8-bit Nintendo knickknacks. I'm not quite sure what those are, but they're cute. And let's see, what else do we have? This is the Fun Usual Suspects I was mentioning before. As you can see, she's got some really cute little things that she's doing handmade here in Linwood. We'll get rid of that. And terrain. There's always somebody coming with terrain, quick things that you can buy for your game relatively cheap. And that's the basics. If you can go in there and find these postings, you can come in. We have polls where you can tell us what it is you're coming to find, or what it is the sellers are going to bring. Every single show I hear somebody say, "Oh, I would have brought that if I known somebody wanted it," and the person end up saying, "Well, I posted it." So if you take the initiative to go ahead and read these postings and participate in the polls, you'll generally have a much better response when people go there specifically looking for your table because they know you're bringing something, or that you've already made a deal before you got there. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? I am going to switch over to, let's see, boom, 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 go to the Christmas event page. The Christmas event page, I'll only do once a year, of course, because this is just a one-time thing. Normally, we don't allow all these different types of sellers, but I figured I would market this more the last week before the show, and spend most of the advertising dollar into really trying to push the Christmas shopping, are you missing Toys R Us kind of deal, and get new people into the event and try to retain some of them. See if I can get them to bring their kids, because it is a free event. It's almost like a gift in itself, just coming if you're some kid who's never been to any show like that. So basically, that's it. 2 event pages, 1 website. There's links all over the place. Please, if you can, share it to your timeline, share it to friends. The more people we get, the better. I'm really looking to break $1,000 this time, but the Facebook advertising gets less and less useful per dollar each time, and it's really working against us. But I have reserved a good amount of money to go ahead and push it the last week, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I wanted to thank you guys for your time. One last thing before I leave, I did want to point out that I've added a new page to the website. It's an add in donations page. Basically, I wanted to give you guys some quick flyers that you can print out and post. If you're a shop, put that on your front door or near the register. That would really help us out. Thank you. Miniature painting contest. I don't expect anybody will push that, but that's for me to push. We also accept donations. I do have to pay 60 cents for every person that enters the building in that day, and I'm more than glad to. Matter of fact, I would like you guys to try to break me by bringing so many people that I have this huge bill at the end. But, I will take any donations. Usually we have a donation jar, but sometimes I'm so busy I don't even get to put it out, so I don't even get any donations for the day. We also accept sleeping bags. Once we get about 20 to 25 sleeping bags, of which we have 4 so far, around Christmas time, we will be handing them out to homeless, most likely via a cop helping us out, going somewhere and giving these out. Because when it gets cold, man, that's the one thing I would like to be able to do for someone is warm them up, at least for Christmas. And if I can afford it, I might be able to, toss a $5, $10 bill inside each one of them so they can get a hot meal. We also accept dead electronics. This is anything from dead cell phones, computer towers, some of the newer flat screens, anything that has a green motherboard inside of it, pretty much, we'll take. And that I'm just going to recycle for gold and aluminum and the metals in it and add that to the show. Raffle prizes, as I mentioned before, anybody that has something somewhat new and relevant. It can be brand new in the box in an old game, but as long as it's presentable and something that most people would want, we'll go ahead and add that to the raffle prizes. And last but not least, and specifically, blister packs. During Christmas, I would love to be able to walk around, hand out 25, 35 blister packs, most of which I'll buy myself, to just random people and thank them for coming to the show. But anyway, look out for video number 2 a little later on the painting contest. I'm going to go through that, and that's it. Thanks a lot, and have a good night.